Good morning, everyone. Bienvenue à tous. It is an honor to be here together, joined by the Honorable Doug Schweitzer, Minister of Jobs, Economy and Innovation, and His Worship, Amarjeet Sohi, Mayor of Edmonton, who have united for this milestone announcement in our inclusive global innovation capital on Treaty 6 territory, home of the Cree, Dene, Saulteaux, Blackfoot, Nakota Sioux, and Métis people. At Innovate Edmonton, we are committed to empowering Indigenous innovation in the spirit of reconciliation, and I am grateful for what we can learn about innovating with purpose. And now I'd like to call Minister Doug Schweitzer to the podium for today's big news on behalf of the province. Minister.
Thank you so much to everybody here today, and thank you so much for everybody for hosting us at this amazing facility. And Mayor, thank you for being a part of this big announcement for us here today. I'm Minister Doug Schweitzer, Minister of Jobs, Economy and Innovation, and for the last 2 years I've had the privilege of quarterbacking Alberta's recovery plan. Setting the mic up a little bit. Is that better? Okay, there we go. We got that part done. So I've had the privilege for the last 2 years of quarterbacking Alberta's recovery plan. And it's amazing to see, where we were as a province and where we are today and where we're going as a province. When you take a look at the fact that Alberta's economy now is more diversified than it's ever been. We're seeing huge growth in venture capital investments in our province. We're seeing investments in warehousing, manufacturing, logistics, all of the different parts of our economy that we've talked about for decades in Alberta, the need to diversify Alberta's economy. It's tangibly happening in real time in every corner of Alberta. And I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again, that this is truly going to be Alberta's decade. And I think people are going to look at the first half of 2022 as that inflection point of true change in Alberta when we look at our economy. And it's investments like the ones that we're making here today. If you take a look at overall at the technology and innovation strategy for Alberta, we're making historic investments in artificial intelligence, quantum science, accelerator programs. We already have partnerships across those, international accelerators here in Alberta, the local catalyzer program partnership across our province to make sure that young entrepreneurs have the resources that they need to be successful. And today's announcement builds on that foundation to make sure for the next 3 years, we're going to continue to have those resources for entrepreneurs here in the city of Edmonton. We're making an investment of $1.8 million for the next 3 years with Innovate Edmonton to make sure that we have those high quality services to every part of our economy here in Edmonton to make sure those entrepreneurs know that if they want to be successful, we have the resources here in Alberta to make that possible. So a huge credit to the team at Innovate Edmonton for their amazing proposals and strategies here. Mayor, thank you so much for all of your collaboration over the years as well. I'm a retiring politician, so I get to be a little bit more candid in all of this. But Mayor Sohi and I, we've gotten to know each other over the last couple of years, and he's just an absolute privilege to work with him. He's such a passionate advocate for the city of Edmonton and Alberta as well. He and I have worked together on many different initiatives, and this is just one of many that we're working towards. And just want to say thank you for all that you've done for the city. And I truly, when you look at the economic trajectory of Edmonton, it has bright, bright days ahead. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to the city's mayor.
Well, thank you so much, Minister Schweitzer, and thank you for being here today with us. It's nice to see you again in person. And Minister and I got together about a couple of months ago for breakfast and talked about our shared goal of building a stronger Edmonton and stronger Alberta. I really admire his leadership and his openness to work with us. I would say Minister Schweitzer has been one of the most open and accessible ministers to Edmonton. So really want to thank you for that, your leadership, and thank you so much for. Yeah. No, it's absolutely a pleasure for me to be here on Treaty 6 territory on behalf of City Council and people of Edmonton to celebrate this wonderful news. I'm here with my colleague, Councillor Karen Tang. Edmonton is a city where ideas and businesses can shine their brightest. With low taxes, a strategic location, and numerous supportive programs, our city is becoming the most cost competitive and friendly place to do business. We're also home to a young, ambitious, and highly skilled workforce to drive that success. As a result, Edmonton has the fastest growing tech sector in North America and has one of the fastest growing tech talent markets in the world. So it's no surprise that our city's entrepreneurs are being seen as great investment. I'm thankful, obviously, to Government of Alberta for stepping up to support innovation in our city by investing in our Capital City Pilots program. So thank you, Mrs. Schweitzer, again, for your leadership on this. This flagship program is the result of a unique partnership between the City of Edmonton and Innovate Edmonton. Together, we are empowering local entrepreneurs to pilot their products on city-owned assets, unlocking the potential for breakthroughs in city procurement. This initiative has recently been supported through generous investments of our key partners, including Prairies Canada. I know Minister Boisne was supposed to be here today, and he's got tied up at the festival launch for the Taste of Edmonton, and we want to thank him for his leadership as well. This new funding from the provincial government announced today will help us further diversify and strengthen Edmonton's economy. This will also support the mission of City Council to build and maintain an inclusive economy, connecting local diverse innovators with city-owned assets and help create local jobs. I'm excited to see Edmonton becoming a hub for successful startup initiatives. So thank you again to Government of Alberta for their partnership in working with us and working with Innovate Edmonton. And these type of collaborations are vital to the future success of a region's economy and will continue to support an inclusive and thriving Edmonton for all of us. So, Catherine, over to you for the rest of the program. And Minister, once again, thank you so much for being here today.
Okay, so what is this all about? Thank you, Minister Schweitzer, Mayor Sohi, the Innovate Edmonton board, and our fantastic team for supporting Capital City Pilots, and a special shout out to our Innovation Growth Council. A number of you are here with us today to celebrate. So as you know, we as global citizens, all of us, face some tough challenges, such as the climate emergency, public health, food security, the digital divide, social justice, reconciliation. Each of these will significantly change the course of our planet. And today's Made in Edmonton solutions are exactly what the world needs right now. We are a diverse city of risk takers with the bench strength to deliver these vital solutions designed to meet global market demands and to motivate enlightened investors to deploy their capital right here in our city. And as the city's innovation catalyst, Innovate Edmonton is inspired by this generous 3-year, $1.8 million grant from the province for this program that we call Capital City Pilots. This is a novel procurement program, and it's an experiment for local companies to respond to urban challenges. So we've designed Capital City Pilots to be win-win-win, a powerful triple threat. And by that I mean participating companies will secure a flagship client with the City of Edmonton. City Hall will prosper through homegrown innovation, and the public profits from local ingenuity in action. You know, as a tech entrepreneur myself by background, I know how difficult it can be to secure a blue chip client and to find a test bed to pilot new products. Cities fit the bill. They represent a desirable brand that's understood all over the world and a high bar for that due diligence. So when a local entrepreneur can say to future customers and investors, my product was field tested by the City of Edmonton, well, that is a winning pitch. Results from capital city pilots will make for gold standard case studies, and feedback from the city as client will help shape future innovations. Because when it comes to these global challenges, cities are where it's at. Today, over 4 billion people around the world, that's more than 50% of the population, we live in cities, and it will be cities that tackle the climate crisis, inequalities, and economic diversification. So, as with other brave global cities, we can capitalize on our influence. Our population is young, we are educated and growing, and with this urban density comes power. Power to make positive change and to do well by doing good. So this visionary partnership unites 3 levels of government. It will help our city achieve net zero and other critical targets while catapulting Edmonton's innovators onto the global stage. By showcasing innovation in the public realm, we also hope to build on Edmonton's innovation identity and our civic pride as gateways to high-impact investment, to talent attraction and retention. And speaking of local talent, I am very pleased to announce 2 new Innovate Edmonton team members to lead capital city pilots. Program head Abby Stein-McLean. Abby, give a wave. So good to have you, Abby. Abby will oversee the municipal challenges and results. She'll liaise with the city team and really help us lead this program into the future. And reporting to Abby, our founder liaison and tech lead, Mustafa Ali. Hey, Mustafa. Mustafa is going to help these participating companies to succeed and grow. So we're really giving our talent to the community, and we'll see it reciprocated over time. Thank you to the City of Edmonton, Mayor Sohi, Councillor Tang, to the Province of Alberta, Minister Schweitzer through the Jobs, Economy and Innovation Ministry, and the federal government, Prairies Can. If Joanne and team are here, we very much want to thank you for your support as well. We are propelling an ambitious pilot, and I cannot wait to see what we all do together. And now I'd like to pass the mic to local entrepreneur and member of our Innovation Growth Council, Connie Stacey. As founder of Growing Greener Innovations, Connie contributes to the public good. She's delivering what the world urgently needs. These are Edmonton-made clean energy solutions. Welcome, Connie.
See if we can get this to the right height at the beginning. So as she said, as Catherine mentioned, my name is Connie Stacey. I'm the president and founder of Growing Greener Innovations, an award-winning battery manufacturer that manufactures here in Edmonton. In developing our technology, I realized that billions of people around the world go without adequate power every day. And I also realized that to end poverty, you had to first end energy poverty. So that became our mission, to use our technology to bring an end to energy poverty for good. As a local entrepreneur, I cannot emphasize enough how excited I am by this announcement of the program and additional funding into capital city pilots led by Innovate Edmonton in partnership with the city and supported, of course, by the province as well. The launch of capital city pilots is a triumph for Edmonton's innovators. As an entrepreneur in green energy, I know how critical it is to have a flagship client and to test products in real-world conditions. Having a municipal deployment helps grow companies. It speaks volumes to future international customers and investors who seek blue-chip due diligence as part of good decision-making. Capital City pilots will also give participating companies an opportunity to showcase their innovations in the public realm and build local support across Edmonton. Today, I am proud to be an Edmonton entrepreneur and a member of Innovate Edmonton's Innovation Growth Council. Obviously, Capital City Pilots is a competitive process, and Growing Greener Innovations does not get a guaranteed spot, but I look forward to throwing my hat in the ring. Thank you so much for the opportunity to voice my enthusiasm for this project and the value I know it will bring to Edmonton's diverse innovation community. I will pass this back over to our MC. Thank you.
So that brings us to the end of the formal portion of our announcement. We do have some time for some media questions and answers. I do understand we have a reporter or two in the room, and whether they're at the back of the crowd, I just don't know. We do have a microphone at the front if you have any questions, and I'll give you the opportunity to ask a question and a follow-up. And just please, if you can identify yourself, who you're with, and who your question is for.
Hi, Keith Jorian from the Edmonton Journal. Question for the mayor. It's all good. One of your campaign promises, Mayor, was to create over time a $100 million innovation fund. I'm wondering what the status of that is right now.
Yeah, so that was a commitment that we made, and we are working with city administration to put together, a proposal that we will consider, as well as working with federal government and the provincial government to leveraging some of the city resources to create such an innovation fund that will help spur economic growth in our city. But this was also a promise that we made to use city procurement to foster innovation. So we are delivering on that commitment through the launch of this pilot. That was not just my commitment, but also a commitment of a number of other city councillors to how we, because the city does so much business. We are a big corporation. We spend billions of dollars in procuring services, programs, infrastructure, and using that strength to test ideas and foster innovation is something that we are very well supporting and interested in, and you'll be hearing more about the Innovation Fund shortly. Yep.
Okay. I have a similar question for the minister in just a second, but while you're still at the podium, I'll ask you on a different topic. And that is the news out of Ontario. Premier Ford there has suggested strong mayor powers for the mayors of Toronto and Ottawa. I'm wondering what you think about that idea for Edmonton and Calgary.
I think what is badly needed at this time is acknowledgement that municipalities play a key role in tackling societal issues, from climate change to opiate crisis to houselessness, how our economy grows, how we build that inclusive growth for everyone. I think what is needed, more powers for municipalities that we can tackle on those challenges through legislative changes, through more financial capacity, and the ability to live up to citizens' expectations. So I think that's where my focus has been, conversation with the ministers and the Premier. As for specific powers for mayors, I don't think it's a good idea to diminish the power of city councillors, because what we have now fosters collaboration. It forces us to work together in a way that you are able to listen to each other's ideas, and then build through their collaboration, come to a better decision making. But I think where I would like to see some changes is, if there are possibility of changes, is maybe more ability for mayor's office to coordinate some of the work of council. I'm not interested in powers that take away the ability of council members to be the representatives of the communities. I think coordination would be better if there's ability to have that more empowerment available for mayor's office to better coordinate some of the work that council members do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And I guess, Minister, if you just in relation to the first question, the mayor's idea of having a $100 million innovation fund here in Edmonton, similar to what they have in Calgary. What do you think of that idea? What's the province prepared to do in that respect?
So a very good question, and we've seen a tool like this used in jurisdictions around the world. The City of Calgary now has had that for many years, and they've almost fully deployed the $100 million initial fund that they have in the city, and it has helped them attract numerous companies and different startup community initiatives to that city. So I do think that there's a big opportunity here for collaboration. At the provincial level as well, now don't forget that we put $175 million into the Alberta Enterprise Corporation to help spur partnerships with private sector venture capital funds, and many of them actually have their presence here in the city of Edmonton as well. So there's lots of opportunities to collaborate. And this is the other thing too, I think that we in Alberta can't lose sight of. Even though our balance sheet has improved, we're running surpluses now, there's significant surplus potential this year, we can't lose sight of where we need to get to in 2030 and 2040 in a far more diversified economy that's going to be required for that long-term resiliency. So the mayor and I have had many discussions on this point. There's a huge opportunity for us right now with the affordability advantage of Alberta, the amazing post-secondary institutions that we have in research, particularly here at the University of Alberta in artificial intelligence, for us to continue to have that opportunity for training and the startup enterprises that are really just starting to hit their stride in Alberta. So lots of opportunities ahead and lots of opportunities to collaborate, but it's over to the mayor and council to take that first step forward and look to what the opportunities may be.
What do you see as Edmonton's strengths in innovation? If we were to create a fund like this, how should it be directed, do you think?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to speculate too much on it, but I think when you look at the strengths of the Edmonton region, I mean, you've got amazing educational opportunities. You have a diverse and talented workforce. You have an affordability advantage over every other major city in Canada. It literally has the most affordable housing, but also with high wages and low taxes. There's just that built-in advantage that's there. And we've talked about this in Alberta for a long time, that built-in Alberta advantage. And many people question that for the last 5+ years as to whether or not that was going to ever be tangible and real again in Alberta. But you can, without question, say that right now with the direction of our province, the rapid diversification of our economy that's happening. The unemployment rate now is down to levels we haven't seen since 2015. Jobs are being created, and with the headwinds that are likely going to face the rest of the country, right now, Alberta is the best positioned jurisdiction in Canada to deal with any headwinds that come later this year or next year for the economy.
And I just want to, I know we didn't before have any questions on the line. Just want to give anybody, any reporters on the line, an opportunity to get their question in. And I'll just check. Operator, do we have any last minute questions on the line?
There are no questions on the phone at this time.
All right, in that case, thank you everyone for joining us. We are going to take a picture up at the front here if anybody would like to get that. And thanks so much for coming out. Have a great day.